Today is the Energy and Natural Resources Committee's 8th business meeting of the 119th Congress, and I want to thank my friend and colleague, the ranking member, Senator Heinrich, and his staff for working on the schedule for today's markup. I also want to thank all the senators on the committee for your prompt attendance and your participation today. This morning we'll be voting on nominations of 3 nominees from whom we heard at our hearing on Wednesday, July 9th. We'll not be voting on David Eisner for Assistant Secretary of Energy, as he's asked for his nomination to be withdrawn. All 3 nominees are who are under consideration today in today's business meeting submitted timely answers to questions submitted by senators for the record on our July 9th hearing. First, we'll vote on the nomination of the Honorable Lanny Erdos. Second, we'll vote on the nomination of Ms. Audrey Robertson. And third, we'll vote on the nomination of Mr. Timothy Walsh. I'm happy to support each of these very well-qualified nominees. As soon as we have reporting quorum present, I'm going to ask the committee to vote on the nominations, and then after the votes, I'll recognize any member who wishes to speak briefly on any of the nominees and continue to be grateful to senators insofar as they're willing to keep their remarks brief. Let's see, we do not yet have a voting quorum present, but I hope to do so soon. So again, today we're going to vote to advance 3 more of President Trump's highly qualified nominees for critical leadership positions within the Departments of Energy and Interior. To date, we've considered 21 nominees, and the majority of them have received bipartisan support from members of the committee. Americans elected President Trump to disrupt business as usual and deliver bold results. These nominees reflect that promise. They're highly qualified, and they're exactly the kind of leaders the American people expected him to assemble to achieve energy dominance. They're proven, experienced professionals, with many with decades of experience of distinguished leadership in both the public and private sectors, who have earned praise from Republicans and Democrats alike. Yet despite broad bipartisan approval, we continue to have stall and delay tactics when we get to the Senate floor. Of the nominees we've advanced out of this committee before today, only 5 have been confirmed by the Senate, more than 6 months into a new administration. Each day, these vital positions remain unfilled. We delay the work needed to strengthen our energy systems, steward our natural resources, and support communities that depend on both of these things. As a result, American families face higher energy costs, and our nation's interests remain unnecessarily vulnerable. This kind of dysfunction is precisely what the American people are fed up with. They spoke clearly in November. They expect results. And to achieve those results, the President of the United States needs to be able to put his personnel in place. This committee has consistently filled its responsibilities by holding timely hearings and swiftly moving nominees forward with bipartisan cooperation and support. Now it's time for both parties to come together to confirm these qualified bipartisan nominees so that they can get to work for the American people. We've done our job on these, and it's time to give the President the tools and the team that he needs to make America stronger, safer, and more secure. We do not yet have the voting quorum present. Ranking Member Heinrich, would you like to give your opening statement?
Thank you, Chairman Lee. Before I address today's agenda, I want to take a moment to offer my thanks and pay my respects to the Dean of the committee staff, David Brooks. David plans to retire at the beginning of September, so this will be his last committee meeting. None of us recall his first, because none of us were here at the time. David's public service began in 1987, 38 years ago, working for Representative Morris K. Udall on what was then the House Interior Committee. He joined our committee staff in February 1989, 36 and a half years ago. No one has worked for the committee longer. He has served every Democratic chairman or ranking member except Scoop Jackson. David has worked on every public lands bill that has come through the committee for the past 3.5 decades. I know that because As a city councilor, I worked with him on one of those public land bills long before I was ever elected to federal office. His knowledge of public land laws, of legislative drafting, of parliamentary procedure, and of the committee's history is absolutely encyclopedic. Whether we have always realized it or not, we have all benefited from David's knowledge, his legal craftsmanship, his negotiating skills, and his professionalism. He has helped us enact our bills and made them better in the process. The Senate awards certificates and pins to its staff for 12, 20, and 30 years of service. David collected the last of them years ago. We put a little plaque on the bench behind me in his honor half a dozen years ago. But those small tokens are not a true measure of his service to us. David's real memorial is in the many hundreds of laws that he has helped enact, the millions of acres of public land that he has helped to protect in the national parks, the wild and scenic rivers, the national trails, and the heritage areas that he has helped to preserve for our constituents and for generations to come. For all of this, he deserves our gratitude and our respect. Thank you, David. Turning now to today's agenda item, let me simply say that under the first Trump administration, I would have been able to support all three of these nominees. But we have had nominee after nominee come before this committee and assure us that they would follow the law and respect the will of Congress. Then, after they are confirmed, they have withheld funds that we have appropriated. They have canceled programs that we have established. They have closed offices that we have created, and they have pursued policies that we have never approved. Until this administration respects the will of Congress, I am unable to support these nominees, and I will vote no on all three as a result. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Heinrich, and thank you, David, for your longstanding service to the committee. Much appreciated. And to my dad's first cousin, Morris Udall. It's a bipartisan family, you might say.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
If I could, I'm
Yes,
not going
Senator
to
Campbell.
delay our votes, but I did want to just say, having served with David Brooks, that it's truly an undefinable contribution. One of the unique privileges of being in the United States Senate is serving on this committee, the Interior Committee, one of the oldest committees in the history of our country. And so when you think about interior policy, David Brooks has played a very historic role in important policy for a long, long time, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. We are, I believe Senator Hoeven is en route, and as soon as he gets here, we'll turn to our vote. Senator Murkowski.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Recognizing that we're waiting for yet one more for a quorum, I too would like to add my thanks to David Brooks. Not only did I have the opportunity to work with him when I was chairing this committee and the ranking member on this committee, but my father, when he was the chairman of this committee, also had an opportunity to work with David. Sometimes that working relationship was really great and strong, and we were partner, and sometimes we were a little bit of adversaries, but I think both sides learned from one another. David was always a gentleman, even in his resistance, because to the point that the ranking member has made, I think it was David's efforts to always try to make good policy for the country. And that, to me, meant everything. So to David, thank you for your contributions to the committee, but also to helping develop strong land policies for our nation. Thank you.
We're now going to have Senator Cotton sing a medley of Broadway show tunes to entertain us.
I had suggested quietly to my peers to my left and right that you as chairman should have the Jeopardy theme song teed up for moments like this.
Hovind's running. Another North Dakota miracle. We will now turn to the nomination of the Honorable Lanny Erdos to be the Director of the Office of Surface Mining Reclamation and Enforcement at the Department of the Interior. The clerk will call the roll.
Thanks for your promptness, Senator Hoeven.
For him, it is prompt.
Mr. Lee.
Aye.
Mr. Barrasso. Mr. Risch. Mr. Daines.
No.
Mr. Cotton. Mr. McCormick.
Isn't it nice to be loved?
Mr. Justice.
Aye by proxy.
Mr. Cassidy. Ms. Hyde-Smith. Ms. Murkowski. Mr. Hoeven. Mr. Heinrich. Mr. Wyden.
No by proxy?
Ms. Cantwell. Ms. Cantwell.
No, sorry.
Ms. Hirono.
No by proxy.
Mr. King.
No by proxy.
Ms. Cortez Masto.
No by proxy.
Mr. Hickenlooper.
No by proxy.
Mr. Padilla.
No by proxy.
Mr. Gallego.
No by proxy.
On this vote, 11. In this vote, the ayes are 11 and the nays are 9.
The nomination is agreed to in order to be reported favorably to the Senate floor. Second, we'll turn to the nomination of Audrey Robertson to be the Assistant Secretary of Energy for Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy at the Department of Energy. That's a lot of energy. The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Lee.
Aye.
Mr. Barrasso. Mr. Risch. Mr. Daines. Mr. Cotton. Mr. McCormick. Mr. Justice.
Aye by proxy.
Mr. Cassidy. Ms. Hyde-Smith. Ms. McCaskey. Mr. Hoeven. Mr. Heinrich.
No.
Mr. Wyden.
No by proxy.
Ms. Cantwell. Ms. Hirono.
No by proxy.
Mr. King.
No by proxy.
Ms. Cortez Masto.
No by proxy.
Mr. Hickenlooper.
No by proxy.
Mr. Padilla.
No by proxy.
Mr. Gallego.
No by proxy.
On this vote, the ayes are 11 and the nays are 9.
The nomination is agreed to and will be reported favorably to the Senate floor. And finally, we'll turn to the nomination of Mr. Timothy Walsh to be Assistant Secretary of Energy for Environmental Management at the Department of Energy. The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Lee. Mr. Barrasso. Mr. Risch. Mr. Daines. Mr. Cotton. Mr. McCormick. Mr. Justice. Mr. Cassidy. Ms. Hyde-Smith. Ms. McCaskey. Mr. Hoeven. Mr. Heinrich.
No.
Mr. Wyden.
No by proxy.
Ms. Cantwell. Ms. Hirono.
No by proxy.
Mr. King.
No by proxy.
Ms. Cortez Masto.
No by proxy.
Mr. Hickenlooper.
No by proxy.
Mr. Padilla.
No by proxy.
Mr. Gallego.
No by proxy.
On this vote, the ayes are 11 and the nays are 9.
The nomination is agreed to and will be reported favorably to the Senate floor. I'll now recognize any senator who may wish to comment, offer remarks with regard to these issues. If there are none seeking recognition, that concludes today's business meeting. I want to thank Ranking Member Heinrich and all the members of the committee for your attendance today. And on behalf of the committee, I'm pleased to extend congratulations to each of the nominees and look forward to working closely with each of them